Hello everyone, welcome to Anthropology Analytica. I am Dr. Arjun Bopanna, your anthropology faculty at InsightsIAS. So in today's video, we shall discuss a 10-marker question relating to tribal India. So that question was posted in the previous video is Pseudo Tribalism. So let's try to discuss and what are the points that you need to add in this particular question. So it's a 10-marker. So you're expected to write about 180 words, 150 to 180 words. So your structure of your answer should include, first define what is pseudo-tribalism. So pseudo-tribalism is when non-tribals take up tribal way of life or tribal features and claim themselves to be tribals. It is called as pseudo-tribalism. So that shall be your definition, and you can give an example. And then you explain why a community or why would a group take up tribal way of life. So it can be because of economic or it can be for various other factors. So one of the factors, so cultural factors, for example, the lower caste has take up the tribal way of life in order to escape the exploitative character or exploitation by the caste. Okay, so the lower caste take up tribal features to come out of the caste system and the exploitation within the caste system. So many lower castes across India have been known to take up tribal features. Similarly, the upper caste also, but here it is economic among the upper caste. So upper caste take up tribal features in order to get benefit that is being offered to the tribals, scheduled tribes through reservation or government policies and programs in developmental work, etc., where the government is providing benefits to the tribals. Okay, in order to usurp these benefits, the upper castes are taking up tribal features. Okay, so give some examples for the same. So explain the reasons, and then next you should explain how do they do it. So there are several reasons or several ways in which the tribals, non-tribals take up tribal way of life. So one, for example, we have seen that the non-tribals go and start worshipping tribal deity, go and occupy tribal villages which were abandoned by the tribals. We have also seen the tribals, non-tribals going and getting themselves part of the tribal network institutions, various tribal institutions going and becoming part of these tribal institutions. And one more way in which the non-tribals do it is by, with the similarities in the names. And in the census operation, they say that we are also tribes. So there are some examples over here where the caste, like Kammara caste, okay, so they have similar name of Kammaras. So Kammaras are the tribes, Kammara is a caste. So because of the similarity in the name, so they get fake certificate, or during census operation, they just register themselves as scheduled tribes. Okay, so this is an example which because of similarity in name, many of the non-tribals are claiming themselves to be tribals. In Bastar region, see for example, caste people are worshipping abandoned tribal temples. So they were, it seems they were building a dam, and this led to displacement of many tribals, but the dam never got built and the villages were abandoned and the tribals were rehabilitated, resettled elsewhere. Now this abandoned villages were then later occupied by the castes, and over generation these castes started to claim themselves as tribes. So this is an example or a case study of pseudo-tribalism. Similarly, in Pala Ekiri caste, okay, is similarly sounding, or they claim themselves as Erukula and even getting bogus tribal certificate. Okay, so these are some of the case studies, examples of how non-tribals are taking up tribal features and claiming themselves as tribals, which is nothing but pseudo-tribalism. And at the end, conclusion you can add anthropological relevance. So many of them have studied, many anthropologists have studied this concept or this phenomena of pseudo-tribalism. They have tried to relate it with what was happening in the past and what is happening today as part of the great Indian civilization. How little tradition and great tradition have constantly interacted with each other, absorbing and adopting the features from another tradition. Same way here, tribal is a little tradition and the caste is the great tradition. So they have been constantly interacting with each other. In this pseudo tribalism, the great tradition is absorbing the little tradition features. So this way it is nothing but a diffusion of culture and need not always be looked upon from the negative point of view. Like how tribals have adopted cultural, caste features, the same way caste is now adopting tribal features. So this way you should be able to bring in an anthropological perspective into your answer. So once again, to recap, the structure of your answer in pseudo tribalism should be defining pseudo tribalism, explaining the reasons why a lower caste would adopt tribal features, why upper caste would adopt tribal features, then how do they do it, various methods through which they adopt tribal features, give some examples, and anthropological perspective, which can be your conclusion. So the pseudo tribalism is part of diffusion of culture as a part of Indian civilization. So I hope this discussion on pseudo tribalism was useful. In the next video, we will start biological anthropology. So the first question in biological anthropology is demographic transition. So in the next video, we shall discuss and structure what structure would be required for demographic transition. I hope this was useful. Keep watching. Thank you.